Hi, it's Kim Marie. I have a question for you. What do you do when you have someone that's pushy or someone's pushing something on you or feels like they have an agenda? Does that feel like something that makes you want to run closer to or pull away from? I know I can use the example of going into a store maybe years ago, more than now, and the salesperson comes up to you and is like, "Can I help you?" And then they just continue to hover, telling you this would look good on you, that would look good on you, and just really, for me, it makes me want to run. I feel like I don't have privacy. I feel like there's an agenda. I don't feel like what they're saying is true. I feel like they just want to make money. Now, that's not always the case. Of course, it's their job, and then there's a level of, there's a fine line between being helpful and having an agenda and being pushy. And I know that there's always two driving forces. There's one that comes from a place of, yeah, this is my job and I'm being helpful, and how can I do my best to be of service? And then there's, oh, having a fear-based, well, I need them to see this, or I need to have my bills paid, or I need to have them understand me better. So there's an agenda. And so typically, it really just depends on the energy you're coming from. Sometimes we think we're being loving because we want to help someone further on their journey, maybe, right? So then we get pushy. Well, let me tell you how to do it, and let me show you how to get there. And I'm sure I've been guilty of that plenty of times in life, but I noticed that you get a lot of pushback. And I know I do it myself because it just doesn't feel genuine. And maybe it is genuine. Maybe the thought behind it is genuine, but I'm not ready to be there. So it's also, if I were in the store and I needed help and I was looking for someone, then at that moment, I would want that salesperson there. So it's a balancing act that we have to do. It's a balancing act of meeting people where they are and then trusting the process. I'm going to use the example of falling in love and having a relationship. So many times at the beginning, it feels so good. That person that you're with brings out the best in you. So you feel like you're in love. And I wonder how much of it is in love with the person who you barely know, or is it in love with you in love, or you at your best self, or what this relationship brings out in you. But it's trusting a process, whether it's love, whether it's a sale, whether you're a salesperson, whatever part of it is. It's trusting the process and trusting yourself in the process, and trusting that when you are coming from a place of healthy detachment and coming from a place of being open and present to the cues that are being shown to you, that you are going to be met with that same kind of presence, which is also respect, right? It's a reciprocal relationship. It's not pushing an agenda, hoping the other person will see it, and or needing to pull them over here when and then they're grabbing onto whatever they can to not be pulled over there. So like I said, in relationships this happens a lot. You see people who are running to the next thing. It's like, oh, this feels good. I want more of that. I need to secure that situation. I need to get them to see this. I need to get them to understand. And it's like, but if it's real, then it's there and it's not going anywhere. So why do we get into this fear that we need to prove something? Because if a belief within you is real and it makes you feel centered, why do you need other people to know it? Right? Unless we're trying to prove something, unless we don't believe it, unless we, like, why can't we just stay centered in that? And if someone is taking a longer time to see something, why not hold that space for them? Why not allow them the opportunity by giving them the love and respect of being where they are? And then also the friendship of, hey, you know, if you want to try this, great. If not, I totally value where you are. Including, again, building relationship or wanting a future. Any kind of relationship, wanting a future. If you're further ahead or if you see further down the line than the other person does, because maybe it inspired something in you, and you see that it, or feel that it feels a little resistant or less reciprocated, then maybe it would be a better idea to get to know them and where they are and what they're tripping over and where their fears are. Because maybe the vision that you're seeing is just, you know, maybe it is real. Maybe it is something that could come into fruition. But I feel like the only way that really happens where it is lasting is when it's an organic unfolding versus pushing your agenda or forcing someone to try to see something that you don't see yet. Right? It's helping them be where they are, getting to know them more, because as you get to know them more, they feel like, oh, you want to know me rather than just have this agenda of what you think it is and what you think it should look like. So I know myself, I mean, and I would feel guilty for feeling pushed and then talking about what my needs are and where I am and how I'd like to just let it unfold slowly. And I felt pushed, and then I would feel guilty for being where I am. But the truth is that it's a repellent, because there is an agenda on needing to push your beliefs or your even in your inspiration if someone's not there. It's an agenda. Right? The only thing we could do is plant seeds, right? These videos today are just seeds. Any one that doesn't resonate with your heart, throw it out. If you don't believe anything I'm saying, let's talk more. You know, I mean, I'm open to understanding what makes people tick, because that's what makes me grow. And that's what makes me build trust. And that makes me have loving and reciprocal relationships, so I can see things from another angle. And I love that. I love learning new things about people. So my thought is, if you want to be received fully, I know I do, then I do my best to meet people where they are, even if I can see their way out of a problem, is to offer assistance, but then, you know, gently pull back, because if people want your help, they will ask for it, and they will appreciate it more if they've asked for it. That's my message for today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.